Aloha from the big island of Hawaii. So I'm just curious, have you ever wondered about life? Have you ever wondered that are we just supposed to be born and then go to school and then believe everything that they're us and then get a job and get a mortgage and pay our bills and run that rat race? Is that what life is about? What if there's something more? What if we're actually missing one of the main things about living? What if the energy inside of us and the feeling, our intuition, what if our intuition is actually meant to guide us for the next stage of humanity? Who was it? It was Eckhart Tolle said that the evolution of humanity, the next stage of the evolution of humanity is awakening, is awakened consciousness. What does that really mean? So I'm here at Paliaku Gardens, Peace Gardens, on the big island of Hawaii, and I'm just here by myself right now. I'm waiting for some friends to join me here at the Peace Garden, and I'm just thinking, gosh, you know, this energy of this land has such a magical place, has such a magical feel, is so powerful that when you sit here, and I sit in stillness and I listen to the birds and I put my feet on the grass, which they're on the grass, and I ground in and I feel the breeze on my face and I let the sun shine on my body, there's a peace that comes into my heart. There's a grounding that I feel in my body, and I'm thinking, what is that? What is that feeling? What is that? Like, I'm not taught that in school. I don't learn that. There's no classes, you know, in college that talk about grounding and getting in touch with nature and feeling the energy of your body and trusting your intuition. There's no class about that. But why is it so intrinsic? Why do we, when we drop into our bodies, when we ground, when we get into stillness, into peace, why is it that we feel better? Why is it that solutions start to come to us from problems that we have? What is that about? And I would like to tell you guys that, like I've said before, this empty space that's all around me, that surrounds my body, this empty space that goes around all of the plants and the stupa, the Buddha stupa here, all of this empty space is actually powerful, is actually canceled. Okay, I almost canceled myself. So what I want to share about is that we are actually way more powerful than we gives ourselves credit for. This energy that's around us can actually be measured. They say, Joseph Campbell said that 1 cubic centimeter of empty space has enough power to boil all of the oceans in the world. And that empty space lives inside of your body. We have 100 trillion cells in our body, 100 trillion. We have 100 trillion atoms in every single cell. In every single atom, there are numerous protons depending on the element of the what the atom is. And then in every single proton, there is enough information in just one proton, in one atom, in one cell. And again, there's hundreds of trillions, but there's enough information in one proton to start the entire universe again. To start the entire universe. That's actually what Nassim Haramein, who's a physicist, top physicist, found the connection to all that we are. He actually found what's called the Planck scale. He actually found on the Planck scale that we are all connected. That there's actually no separation. That there's enough information in every cell of my body, in every cell of your body. There's enough information to recreate the entire universe. So what is that about? What is that about? And why aren't we taught this in school? So what is that about? What that's about is that we can actually drop into infinite possibilities. When we drop in and we ground and we get out of our head and we get out of our fear, and we start to feel into the frequency of who we are, and we start to feel into the love that is in every single cell of our body, because love is actually a frequency and it's actually a vibration. And love is actually how the universe started. It's the frequency of what started the universe. That's why it feels so good to us. It feels so good because it lines us up with who we truly are. So right now, like I said, I'm at the Paliaku Peace Garden. here on the Big Island of Hawaii. And I'm just waiting for some friends, and I just thought I would do a Facebook Live to share with you guys. This is the time to drop in. This is the time to get out of fear, like turn off the news. This is the time to remember where we come from. This is the time to get your feet on the earth, to get your feet on the earth and to ground and to feel into the frequency of your body and let that inspire you toward action, whatever your next step is, whatever your next step is in this situation that we're in right now. We can create heaven on earth. We can. It's in every single cell of our body. It's infinite possibilities in every single cell of our body. So like I said before, you have 100 trillion cells in your body, 100 trillion cells. You have 100 trillion atoms in every cell. You have protons in every single atom. And in the proton is actually information. And that information is... can create the entire universe. It's infinite possibilities. Infinite possibilities are inside of us. This is how Jesus did miracles, you guys. Jesus did miracles because he lined up with the infinite possibilities that is in his body. He lined up with that. And so, and it was he had no doubt, he knew that he had the power of creating anything he wanted to create. We have that power too. How do we tap into that? Let go of fear. Let go of fear. Ground yourself. Get into nature. Whether, like I said, I'm at the Paliaku Peace Garden here on the Big Island of Hawaii. Get out of fear. Drop into who you are and remember who you are. Let yourself feel your heart rate. Your heart rate is beating right now without a to-do list. Your lungs are expanding and contracting like the wave of an ocean. You literally have an ocean. Oh my gosh, a butterfly almost landed on my finger. That's hilarious. You have literally a wave of air coming in and out of your body. And what is that about? It's like the rhythm, feeling into the rhythm of your heart, feeling into the rhythm of your breath. Let yourself feel that. Feel the rhythm of your body literally breathing itself. Feel your heart rate beating. Feel how your body feels in space. Like, can you feel the energy that's around your body? I'm going under this beautiful lattice thing. And then drop in. Can you feel the energy of the planet? The energy of Mother Gaia. Mother Gaia has an energy to her. She has an energy to her. She has an energy in the morning. It's in the morning right now. It's almost like 9:30 or something Hawaiian time. But there's a frequency here. There's an energy here, and that frequency is going to change throughout the day. The energy of that is going to change throughout the day. So feeling into what you need to do right now for this time, This is, like, people can say this is a really scary time, but I think this is a time of change. This is a major time of change. It's a time of awakening to really understanding who we are, who you are in the world. You're more than a mom. You're more than a dad. You're more than your career and what you do. There's a frequency in your body that is felt on the planet. And that's not a mistake, and that's not an accident. You're meant to be here at this time in history. The probability that you would be born you, the probability, the chance that you would have your personality is 1 in 400 trillion. And the Buddhists talk about it like this. They say the probability that you would be born you with your passions in the world, with what you like, with what you don't like, is as if you were to throw a life preserver, one life preserver in the middle of the ocean, and somewhere in the ocean there's a turtle, one turtle, and on its very first try, it sticks its head out of the ocean, and its head pops right through that life preserver. That's the chance that you would be born you. If any of your ancestors were to have taken a different road, a different path, were to have met somebody different, you would not be born. So you are meant to be here at this time in history, and you're meant to be exactly who you are, with all of your quirkiness, or everything you don't like about yourself, with everything you do like about yourself. It's not a mistake. So what do you do with that? Well, what do we do, especially right now in this lockdown? Drop in to your body. Feel your heart rate beating. Feel the breath of your air going in and out of your body. Connect with nature. Connect with the earth. Because, you know, we forget this planet. We're not just our house. We don't just live in our house. We're not just living in doing our work and our jobs. we actually live on this amazing planet, in this amazing world. What does that freaking mean? Why do we ignore her? Why do we pretend, butterfly almost hit me. Why do we pretend like that's not there? Why do we pretend like that doesn't matter? Why do we pretend like, oh yeah, I live on the planet, but let me get into my car and go and work, 12 hours, 6 days a week, and have a little bit of time off, and then barely get into nature at all? What we're forgetting. This is the time to remember. This is the time to get back, drop in, release fear, get off the freaking news, you guys. First of all, you have to understand that the news is corporately owned. It is corporately owned. And who are the corporations that own it? The people who want to sell the vaccines. I mean, look it up. It's common sense. Dude, I'm a fitness professional. How do I know this stuff? Is because a lot of people have been sharing some stuff with me, but I've also done my own research. So do your own research about that. But now's the time. This is a beautiful labyrinth that he is here at Paliaco Peace Garden, and this beautiful banyan tree here. But Mother Nature, she's got us. She's never left us. She never will leave us, hopefully. And it's the time to remember her. It's the time to drop into your body. It's the time to connect with nature. You know that feeling of meditation, that feeling when you meditate, that it takes you out of your worries, it takes you out of stress, it actually drops you into your body. But then what happens is when you meditate, the vibrational frequency of your body emanates out into the field. And let me actually change that, because the vibrational frequency of your body is always emanating out into the field. But when you meditate, you can feel it way, way more stronger, and it elevates the frequency of your body. It elevates the frequency of your body when you meditate. What is that about? What is that about? And then why is it that when we meditate, we improve our health, we boost our immune system, and we actually start to we actually think about things that solve our problems? Because again, like I've said, if you've been watching, is that infinite possibilities lives inside of our cells. Infinite possibilities lives inside of our cells. So when we meditate, we actually can feel into that frequency. We get out of the way we think things are supposed to be. We get out of the way we think things should be. We get out of who we think we are. And we start to open up to something more than that. And that is where we're going. That's the next evolution of humanity. It's awakening to who we truly are. And this has not been taught in schools. This is not taught in universities. It's actually something you feel. You feel it. You feel it when you get into the nature. You feel it when you drop into stillness and you get out of your head and you start to release fear and you start to release who you think you are. You're more than that. You're more than being human and a mom and a wife and a daughter. You're so much more. And when you meditate and you get into stillness, you remember. Something inside of you remembers. So I love you so much. Aloha from the Big Island. My phone's about to die, so I'm going to call it good. But this is, again, Paliaco Peace Garden. And I'm just sending you guys so much love. We can create heaven on earth. It's time to do that. It's possible. And the way we do that is to please get off the news. Please get into nature. We need to do this together. Not one person can do this by themselves. We have to do this together. We have to do this as an awakening society, as an awakening people. It is the time of awakening to remember who we are, to remember the power that's in us, to find that peace inside of us, and let that inspire us toward action of what we need to do next. Because this virus, honestly, you guys, if you really believe that all the things that they're saying, please do some other research, because there's an agenda here, and my agenda is to speak truth of the awakening of the spirit, because Mother Gaia, the earth, it's time to do that. It's time to live a new way, and we can do that together. We got to do it together. I love you.